We are now down to 8 teams remaining here in the NBA playoffs. When you get to this point, it's hard to not think that your team, if you're a fan of one of these 8 remaining teams, that your team can win an NBA championship. Either you've been a favorite all year, like a team like Boston, a team like Denver, or maybe you're a team, you think can spark an upset like the Magic, or not the Magic, they just lost, like the Cavaliers, or the Mavericks. But no matter what you think, I'm going to get into my predictions here on Layup Lines, the NBA betting recap prediction show here on the Bandwagon Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, DaRock, and let's get into it. So we're going to start here with the one Game 7 we had from the first round on Sunday to wrap it up. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, they knock off the Orlando Magic, 106-94. The home team won every game in that series, and surprisingly so, because at one point the Magic led by 18 points here in the second quarter. But Donovan Mitchell, he then just took over. He scored 39 points and 9 rebounds for the Cavaliers, was finishing everything. Once again, the Cavs played some really good defense on Orlando, like they just did not score in the second half. Once again, held them to under 100 points. Also, really good effort from Karis LeVert off the bench for Cleveland. He had 15 points. Evan Mobley, another good game for him. He had a big block to seal Game 5. Well, he had 11 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 blocks here in Game 4. Like I mentioned, good defense. Isaac Okoro played some really good D. He was plus 24 when he was on the floor, the highest plus-minus anyone on the Cavs. And Orlando, it was disappointing. You never want to see your season end, but they're going to be here for a while. Paolo Banchero, great series for him. He had 38 points once again. He was really the one guy for Orlando that could score, that was getting his. So hopefully you can get some help here in the future. Jalen Suggs had 10 points, 9 rebounds. But like I said, it was really just like the Cavs were finishing in the lane, and they're getting their shots to drop. Orlando didn't. Cleveland was playing really good defense. Cleveland outscored the Magic 50-28 in the paint, so that really was the difference in the game right there. And they're now moving on, and they're moving on to face Boston Celtics, the 1 seed, the favorite to win the Eastern Conference by far, the favorite probably to win the whole thing. To win the series, Boston is minus 1,200, so pretty heavy favorites. Cleveland is plus 800. The Celtics won 2 of 3 of these regular season matchups. Game 1, the Celtics are an 11-point favorite here Tuesday at 7 on TNT. So as you can see from this, Boston, pretty overwhelming favorites. Like I mentioned, they won 2 of 3 meetings. The one matchup that Cleveland won, Dean Wade had like a heck of a game for them, and it snapped Boston's like 11-game winning streak at the time. So that was a bit of an upset win. I think maybe the Cavs get one again. But other than that, I think Boston should roll. They've been the best team all year. I'm going Celtics in 5 games. I just don't know. Like I said, there was games that the Cavaliers just did not score in this previous series, and that cannot happen if they're going to beat Boston. Because Boston can score. Like I said, the only way Boston lost in the first round was when Miami couldn't miss. So it's going to take a game where Cleveland can't miss rather than a game where they can't score at all. So I think the Celtics are just kind of a way better team. I don't know if there's really an option to stop, guys like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. If Derek White keeps having these crazy games off the bench, it's going to be really tough for Cleveland. I don't think they can do it. I'm going to go with the Celtics in 5 games. Moving on here to the other Eastern Conference series, the Knicks and the Pacers, both these teams, they had big wins on Thursday last week to advance here, knocking off the team that both really good series there. Philly gave the Knicks a game. Knicks came out really hot on Thursday. Philly had a response. Looked like maybe they were going to take it, but nope. Knicks had an answer. And then Indiana just jumped all over the Bucks Game 6 at home, kind of like I thought they would. They played their fruit a little bit Game 5, thinking, oh, no Dame, no Giannis, we can win easily. But no, Game 6, then they came out even with Dame for the Bucks. Still no Giannis, sadly. But so the Knicks and the Pacers, they now match up here in the second round. Should be a good series. The Knicks are minus 245 favorites to win the series, and the Pacers are plus 200. Indiana, though, they did win 2 of the 3 regular season meetings, so they have been able to beat the Knicks this year. But Game 1, the Knicks are 5.5-point favorites. It's 7:30 Eastern on TNT tonight, and I like the Knicks to win that game for sure. And I think I'm going to go with the Knicks to win this series as well. Just how well Jalen Brunson's been playing. He's been getting 40 points a night just about every game. Guys like Josh Hart, grinding. He's getting boards. Dante DiVincenzo's been hitting some big shots for them. So, like, they've had a lot of role players. Like, those Nova Knicks have been playing really well. You know, the Bucks or the Pacers, you know, they didn't have to stop any guys like that really last series. Like, Dame was out half the series. There's a lot of games where just, like, guys did not play well for the Bucks. I don't know if the Pacers, you know, they'll have what it takes defensively to stop them. Siakam might be a bit of a matchup problem for the Knicks if, you know, he's fully healthy, playing how he should. But I don't know. I mean, they just beat Joel Embiid last series. Like, they found a way to stop Embiid. So, you know, maybe that's Isaiah Hartenstein once again. Can he stop Siakam? It's going to take a big series from Tyrese Halliburton if the Pacers are going to have a chance. Like, he's really going to have to score at that level that Brunson and some of those other guys are playing. So, I just think the Knicks probably have the slightly better team, and I really want to see a Boston Knicks conference finals. I think the Garden and then, you know, TD Garden, you know, both Gardens would be rocking. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Two fan bases that, you know, they hate each other in other sports. Like, that could be a lot of fun. I think that's also a big thing here. Like, Knicks fans have really been into it. It made it difficult for Philly to, like, win on the road in the Garden. And, I mean, even in Philadelphia, sometimes those were, like, home crowds to the Knicks. I don't think it's going to be any Knicks home crowds in Indiana. That's a bit farther of a trip. But in the Garden, it's going to be tough to win there. So, home court advantage, I think, really does give the Knicks an advantage in this series. So I'm going to take the Knicks to win in 6 games. Then moving on to the Western Conference, we actually had Game 1 between Minnesota and Denver start on Saturday, and Minnesota, maybe surprised to some of us, took Game 1, 106-99. Anthony Edwards, he just keeps scoring at the crazy clip. Him too, like 40 points every game. He had 43 points on Saturday in the win. Minnesota, they also just could not miss in the second half. They shot 71% from the field, including a big 18-7 run here in the fourth quarter that won the game for them. Karl Anthony Towns, another big game for him. He had 20 points. He even stepped out, hit a couple three-pointers. And then Naz Reid, cult hero in the NBA world this year, he had 16 points as well. So good game for him off the bench. And then Mike Conley was scoring a little bit and distributing, 14 points, 10 assists. So big win there for Minnesota. Like, they just played really well offensively, you know, made smart plays. Were able to spread the ball around, and, you know, while Ant, you know, got his, like, other guys also stepped up, played really well. I mean, Jokic, you know, he's always going to get his 32 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists for Nikola Jokic. That's why he's going to be the MVP. Man, he just does that just about every night. And then Michael Porter Jr. also added 20 points. So in this series now, Minnesota's actually minus 120 favorites to win the series after stealing home court from the Nuggets. Denver's plus 100. So, I mean, Minnesota is a slight favorite, but pretty even there. The two teams split the season series 2 games apiece. Both home teams and road teams won 2 games as well, so pretty even split there. Denver's 5.5-point favorites to win Game 2 at 10 Eastern on TNT tonight here on Monday. I definitely think they're going to win Game 2. I have a hard time seeing them going down 0-2 here at home. And honestly, I think I might take them to win the series as well. It's going to be tough here, losing home court. But like I mentioned, they won on the road in Minnesota in the regular season. I think they could do it again. So I think for sure we're going to have a 2-2 split after 4. And then maybe even 7 games. You know what? Because a lot of people are saying this is kind of the Western Conference Finals. Like, these are the 2 best teams in the West. You know, it's going to be fun to watch the Joker battle against, you know, Cat and Gobert. Have Ant battle against, you know, Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. Like, there's good players at both the guard and the big position on both these teams. Jaden McDaniels, you know, he had an okay game on Saturday as well. I'm sorry, I don't have his stat line pulled up. You know, him versus MPJ, a battle of the wing. So both teams are pretty good all around the court. So I definitely think it's gonna be a pretty even series. Like I said, 2 best teams in the Western Conference. All right, I'll go Nuggets in 7. That'll be my pick. I'm gonna go Nuggets in 7 since they lost Game 1. Maybe before the series here I would have said Nuggets in 6. I forget. Some of these series, like, I'll tweet out my pick. I think I might have tweeted out Nuggets in 6, but now after losing Game 1, I'll go Nuggets in 7. So, I don't know. Minnesota, I kept doubting. I picked them to lose last series. They kept making me push my prediction longer, so maybe that'll happen again. And then final series here, Dallas, they knock off the Clippers with a 114-101 win on Friday. They now face the Thunder here in the second round, the 1 seed. It was big games from Kyrie and Luka per usual. 30 points from Kyrie, 28 points and 13 assists from Luka on Friday to knock off the Clippers, move on. I think I got that series prediction right. I believe I said Mavericks in 6 games, so kudos to me for that one. This series also pretty close odds-wise. OKC minus 115 favorite to win it, but Dallas is also minus money, minus 105. OKC, though, they did win 2 of 3 in the regular season. I'm sorry, not 2 of 3, 3 of 4, actually, including a pretty big blowout win back in April. And they're 3.5-point favorites here tonight. Or, I'm sorry, Game 1 is on TNT on Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern. They've been off for a while, the Thunder they have. So I actually think I might take Dallas to win Game 1 here on the road. Just, they've been playing really well. Kind of keep that hot streak going. Last game will be Friday and then play Tuesday. The Thunder will have had mainly just about a week off because they swept the Pelicans. So I think maybe a young team, they come out a little flat. I mean, they didn't look great Game 1 against the Pelicans either. Like, almost lost that game. But the series as a whole, I feel like a lot of people are kind of doubting the Thunder, because they're a young team. Can they do it? And myself included. Dallas did get to the conference finals last year. But I think, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he definitely picked it up after Game 1. Chet Holmgren could be, a bit of a problem for Dallas inside. I don't know if they have really anyone to stop him, as they're really not like a big inside defensive team. It's gonna be shootouts like Dallas if Kyrie and Luka are hitting, as well as some of the other guys. I think Maxi Kleber's out, but he can step out. He's a big that can step out and shoot. It's gonna take guys scoring the ball, hitting shots for Dallas to win this game. I don't think they're gonna win this series defensively by any means. But I still just think OKC, they might just have a better team. Jalen Williams is a dog. Lou Dort, he can play some really good defense on those guys like Kyrie and Luka. So I honestly think I'm gonna go with the Thunder here. I'm gonna go with the higher seed, the slight favorite. I'm gonna go Thunder. I'll go 6 games as well for that one. So I got Thunder in 6, Denver in 7, and then out east once again I have Celtics in 5 and Knicks in 6. So we should have some good series on our hands here. Can't wait to watch them. Let me know your picks down in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure you drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the Bandwagon Sports YouTube channel here if you enjoy people, talking ball on multiple times a week basis. I'm going to try to do this as frequently as I can. Like I mentioned, my schedule's getting a little bit busier here. If you're on Spotify, make sure to rate the show 5 stars. I will see you guys next time. Peace.